welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Britt Morin.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Today we're going to talk about Brit & Co.'s winter fitspiration, the daring decision to wear red in the workplace, newly released images from the next Men in Black, and a GoFundMe inspired by the Hulu and Netflix Fire Festival documentaries. But first,
Oscar nominations were announced this morning, and there were definitely some big surprises and snubs. A Star is Born and Netflix Roma are coming in strong as lead contenders, so the 91st Academy Awards will be something movie fans do not want to miss.
They are so excited.
Yeah. I love watching things. Things with your eyes are cool. Wow, are you excited? The Oscars. How do you feel?
I'm excited. I also realize how many movies I haven't seen
Because they all
and
just
need
came
to
out.
see. Yeah, like
that's
there's so
how it
many.
always is though, right?
They rolled them out like December 31st,
Yeah.
so they technically came out in 2018.
But it's at the so
But
it's at
no one
the top
has
of
seen
everybody's
them by the
mind.
time.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I know, I need to see more movies, but The Favorite and Roma both got 10 nominations. Star is Born is second with 8 nominations. So congrats to both of those. The big thing is, big snub about Star is Born is Bradley Cooper did not get nominated for Best Director, though got nominated for Best Actor and Best Adapted Screenplay.
That's
so
enough.
he did not, he got something, he got some love.
This is his first time directing a film, right?
Right.
That's okay. If your first time out, you don't get nominated, that's okay.
I would bet on Bradley Cooper is going to be okay and direct another movie.
Yeah, I think he is. He actually already is directing another movie.
Right.
I checked his IMDb and I was like, oh, you should just calm down.
Right.
It's kind of funny how it's like considered a snub that he wasn't nominated for Best Director because, like you said, it is his first. Like, it's just because it was such a big production and it was so highly anticipated, everyone's like, well, he should get nominated. It's like, no, he shouldn't.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other 5 people nominated are like all directed like 100 films and like spent their entire life savings making their movies. But Bradley Cooper was snubbed.
Have you guys seen The Favorite? You mentioned it, all of its nominations. It got nominated for Picture, Actress, Supporting Actress, Directing, Cinematography, and Editing. Like the biggest categories.
Yes, I've seen it.
And did you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Like, who knew that was what was happening in that film? Yeah, it's so fun. I thought it was great.
I need to go see this. I mean, it's like a hit.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing. Rachel Weisz is
Better than Emma Stone?
Yeah. Oh
Really?
my God.
I think it's weird when like 2 actresses from the same movie are up for Best Actress.
It's a little
Because you're like,
funky.
yeah, no matter who wins, we both win. And you're secretely like,
I want it.
If we win, I think Emma Stone is so much more well known, but it sounds like
Really? Oh, I don't.
Rachel Weisz, though, her body of work to me is more impressive. Like she has
Emma
taken more
Stone.
risks with her films. She does like more interesting roles.
But Emma
you know?
Stone is more
Yeah,
like
Emma Stone's a real
celebrity.
She's more
Yeah.
commercial.
Yeah.
More commercial.
She's more commercial.
But I feel like Rachel Weisz is a very established actor.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
married,
that's what I mean. Like she's done more work.
Poor established actress.
Darren
married
Aronofsky, she was married to.
Yeah, married Daniel Craig.
Now, but she
sure.
wasn't
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky.
But Emma Stone has won an Oscar for La La Land, which was a big blockbuster hit.
Yeah.
So I would say,
More blockbustery for Emma Stone.
younger a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, let's talk about the big picture, or the best picture category.
The big picture.
I know, the big picture.
The big picture in life is that awards don't really matter, you guys.
Way to bring it back
But
to the heart.
how do you know? How do you know if you can value yourself if you don't win awards?
Right. A
I need
trophy.
awards.
We
Yeah, I
need trophy. We're the
trophies.
trophy generation, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Are we? I don't know.
Best
I
picture,
am.
though, I want to know what you guys think is going to win. Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, or Vice. That's a stacked category.
I haven't seen all of them.
I've seen 2 of
A man
those.
just yawned in the audience. He was like, boring. All those
A
movies
Star
are
is
boring.
Born and Black Panther.
I heard really good things about Green Book. I haven't seen. That's the one I haven't seen though.
Yeah, but I think that may be the one that wins.
Yeah, I have a
but
feeling
there's
it
some
might be
controversy
Green Book.
around it. But
Yeah.
I think it's winning a lot of awards. If you look at the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice Awards, there's like precursors that you can say like, okay, they had momentum. Which
Totally.
Is why I think also Glenn Close is going to take Best Actress. Sorry, Lady Gaga, though she'll win.
Wait,
She'll
what
win
did she
for
win?
Shallow. She'll win
Say
for
some
Best
nice
Song.
things about
Lady
Lady
Gaga is
Gaga.
so talented, and I'm so excited to see her perform Bradley Cooper. Apparently, they're going to do an unorthodox performance, whatever that means. I don't know. Lady Gaga will be standing on Bradley Cooper's head. I don't know what that means. Excited to see them perform. She's going to win and be an Oscar winner, but I think Glenn Close is going to take Actress.
Wait,
She's
what was
never
Glenn
won.
Close's film?
The Wife.
The Wife.
Oh, The Wife. That's not nominated for Best Picture.
No.
No, I think she's holding up that.
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, she'll probably win that.
I want Black Panther to win. I feel like it would
won't
be
win,
such.
though.
I know, but I want it to win.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
won't win.
Big deal. It's nominated though. I'm happy it's
It's
nominated.
nominated. It made
I'm
so much
so
money.
happy it
Everybody
is.
loved it. Why can't it win?
Because
It's not like
it's
it's not
superhero.
artsy.
It's a superhero film.
I know, but it was so much more than that for so many people.
Absolutely. No, you're right. You're so right.
Yeah.
People are upset about Timothy Chalamet not being nominated for anything. I didn't see Beautiful Boy. I
did.
really meant to. Should he have been?
He is the only thing that holds that movie up, I think. His acting is superb, but I don't think the movie was as good as people wanted it to be.
Right.
So I think that was
Yeah.
kind of like, we didn't love this as much as we loved him in
Just
Calling By
based
Your
on the
Name.
trailer, he would have been nominated, but when you
Yes,
actually watch it,
exactly.
one
like,
scene was
he
the
plays a
scene.
drug addict. He's crying a lot. He's emotional. He looks really sickly. Yes, but then you watch him and you're like, where am I?
Yeah.
What am I doing
Yeah.
here? Okay, now I like Calling By Your Name. Do that again.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's good that he wasn't nominated because it saves him from being overhyped.
True.
Because we've seen a lot of celebrities get so much coverage and everybody's like, he's our fave, and then we turn on them really quick. So this is a good moment for him to just kind of like sit back and like stay cool.
Yeah, and take
Right.
his time.
I feel like people in New York, like you guys, are all very like artsy, and you've seen a lot of these films. Where I'm from in Texas, like Black Panther is the only movie anybody's seen. Like, do you think the Oscars are gonna get good ratings this year? They didn't even have a
I don't
host
think
yet, right?
they usually get good ratings. I think
Yeah.
that they've seen ratings go down, and they've tried to do things to bring in.
do you think like
America,
there's an
because people
opportunity
don't
for a
see
new
these
movie
films.
award show that's like?
But we have
American
800
Idol.
award
Yeah, there's
shows.
so many award shows.
It's just
Yeah.
like I feel like there should be award shows for the movies that people actually see.
See, that's why I think Black Panther should win. Because
like
if it
Bird
wins,
Box.
it will encourage people to watch these shows
Bird
because it's
Box.
not
Yeah.
just these artsy insider films. It's like something.
But
that
it's not
actually
always
people
that way. The Lord of the Rings won Best Picture. That's a $1 billion franchise that won. They can win. You have to be
But
exceptionally
it's like
good.
10% of the Oscars nominees are like movies people have actually seen.
Well, there's the MTV
True,
Movie
but-
Awards. Those
yeah.
are always like Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
And it's like best
It's in
kiss,
like 1992.
Yeah, but I'll never
choice.
forget.
best kiss, best handshake on
Yeah.
film. Like it's like the best. It's like the award. Like how do you make this award show? You get high
I,
just.
don't know. I
eating.
think there's something in between that and the Oscars that might feel
Right.
more relatable to people. Although obviously love the arts too, but like I just know
The Golden
my
Globes?
peers in Texas. No, that's
Well,
even
they-
worse.
People get drunk. But they were going to add that best popular film category, and then they got
Yeah.
such bad negative criticism from.
Yeah.
Tried to
It is
solve
one of those things that were like,
The
if
Bill
you're
Brunch
in, if
Awards?
you live in LA, these award shows are such a big deal. Like if you work at a production company or a network or a studio, you get all these screeners, it's all this political campaigning, and it's like kind of like an election in just LA. And it is this kind of bubble that people often critique, which is when the hashtag Oscars So White happened, because like, who are these people voting?
Right.
Because this doesn't represent all of America, which is why I think they've changed voting rules, tried to expand the voting demographic of the academy. So it is gravitating towards a more diverse
Yeah.
Yeah.
films, and hopefully more diverse writers and actors are able.
I think
to
they
make
should move up the date where like the films come out by September 30th,
Right.
so that more people might have seen them.
True.
Maybe
I
that'll
think
drive.
that I understand that because I even, and I'm someone who's like into watching all the films, have to like really make a mad dash to see
in
all
January.
Totally.
Yeah.
of them. So that might make it more accessible.
All right, you heard it here first.
Yep.
We
They
figured
changed
it
the
out.
date. It's our fault.
We
Yep.
solved it.
We solved the problem.
Well, guys, Britt is here today to share Brit & Co.'s favorite winter Fitspo tips, apps, and gear for those who may need some extra motivation to help achieve their New Year wellness solutions. Britt, help us out.
Are you guys doing any New Year's resolutions?
Just to drink more water.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm failing miserably.
What's
at it.
yours?
I've started meditating.
Okay, that's good.
Be kinder to myself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
To drink more.
You are
More
right on
of
track.
everything, water and alcohol and
You can fill in the blank.
fill in the blank. Yeah.
I could put anything in a blank.
So I've been doing for the last year a weekly challenge rather than an annual challenge, and many of them have been like fitness related. I kicked off.
Planking.
I was trying to get to a 5-minute plank, but that seems like it's more.
That's a long time.
I mean,
That's really hard.
but in a week, and so my baseline was like a minute.
Right.
I got to 3 minutes by the end of the
Wow.
week, though. Planking is actually like the best overall body exercise
Yes.
you can do that tones you, which is crazy because you can do it in 3 minutes, and
Right.
you're sort of like, okay.
I'm telling you.
I literally saw a difference in my abs in a week. There's some photos of me, and then also one of my weeks was to do like a weird fitness workout every day. So I did like. It's called Burn here in New York. It's like 45-degree fitness studio. You used to work out in the cold, which revs your metabolism. I did aqua cycling, like Soul Cycle in a pool. I did all kinds of things. So I'm really into this. I feel like I have some good tips after going through this as a guinea pig. But my favorite thing lately is this ring. It's a computer in a ring, and it's called the Aura Sleep Ring. It actually tracks your sleep and your activity during the day and all kinds of like biometrics about yourself, not just like how long you slept, but it breaks it down into like deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep, your heart rate variability while you sleep, your temperature, your everything else. And I've learned now, like last night I got 4 hours and 59 minutes of sleep. I was on a flight coming to New York. But most people average an hour of deep sleep. That's like the vector that matters most. And if you can get between an hour and a half of deep sleep, even if you sleep for 4 hours total, you're gonna feel like super energized the next day. So this is how people hack sleep cycles, where they only sleep 4 hours a night, but they still feel great. But anyway, so that's been like one of my favorite things.
That you can read it?
So it has Bluetooth in here that connects to your phone, and every day it just updates, and it does all of your activity and stuff during the day.
It's a more stylish Fitbit, basically.
Yeah, I don't like sleeping with like a big bracelet on, but the ring you don't even feel. So highly recommend it. It actually has like some back orders, like a 6-week back order, because it's been
I like that it has different colors too.
Yeah, you could get rose gold if you really want. And then I also love a bunch of different types of gadgets. I have 2 kids, like you guys know, so I have to work out at home a lot. So I do Glow for like yoga workouts, and they have some meditation workouts on that too. But anything from 15 minutes to an hour, like world-class fitness instructors, yoga instructors. And then also there's one called Obey, O-B-E. It's here in New York City. They have a studio. It's kind of like the Peloton thing where it's like live on-demand classes you tune into every day, but they're like cardio dance and things like that.
I love that.
Do you guys work out at home?
No, I mostly go to Equinox. Usually I'm a gym guy.
I'm a class person.
You're a class person?
Yeah.
I do mostly classes, and then if I'm in a desperate bind, I'll do some squats and some like, there's always those videos on Instagram where it's like a girl like, look, you can work out with a pillow. And I'm like, I'll just do the pillow workout.
They started making like really fancy dumbbells that double as interior decor. They look like bookends, so you can keep them like in your living room shelves during the day.
I love that.
But then like in the early morning, you grab them and actually start working. I
Yeah,
feel like
the corner of my living room is just
that.
like yoga mats and like a roller. It looks like a weird gym.
Yeah, you don't want to like leave it out.
Where else do you put it?
So you store it on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I work out in my living room. I do like tapes, like an old person, I feel.
That's okay.
That's
VHS?
It's all in vogue now.
Yeah, VHS.
You're the most trendy of everyone.
Oh, cool.
These guys all do.
Thank you.
Who do you follow? Who are your like fitness inspirations?
So randomly, I started following A-Rod recently,
Good one.
who not himself is a fitness inspiration, but he posts so many fitness workouts of J-Lo, which he calls Jennifer, which is very sweet.
That is her name.
So there's like there's a video of them like working out at the gym. Look, they're in the gym for like an hour. They do so many things. I was watching it like 5
Yeah,
times.
they look so good.
And now I just saw yesterday they're on a low carb. They're no sugar, no carbs for 10 days. It's a 10-day challenge.
Wow.
And so he was like holding up a thing of meat, just being like, we're eating meat all week. Yeah.
But see, they have people helping them.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Like that guy's
Doesn't it look
literally
easier
holding
to
her
work
waist.
out when
I
he's
would
just,
keep
like,
going if
holding
somebody
her?
was holding my waist. Yeah.
Well, that's why getting a trainer is one of the best luxuries ever. That like people, what you can afford, because you have someone literally planning out. This is what you will do every day. This is what you'll eat every day. This is how you will look at the end of it.
Yeah. I don't have a trainer, but I follow this guy, Team Mahoney, on Instagram, and he shows all of the exercises that he does with his clients, and they are so hard and they're all core focused. And I've tried a few of them. They're super difficult, and I feel like if I did them a couple times a week, they would actually work. I don't, but it's really cool to follow him on Instagram and look at all the exercises that I don't do.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my secret way of following J-Lo's workouts that I pretend like I can replicate.
She's ripped.
She's super ripped.
She's
She had
cool.
twins. Did you see her 10-year challenge photo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's insane.
It's like
49
giant belly of twins and then like ripped abs in the 10-year later.
Again, she chose the most extreme.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
She should have just shown a picture from her Fly Girl days. You know, nobody in living color? Cool. Just me? I got you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, the color red is often seen as a good way to grab attention in business settings, but not all attention is good attention. A new study by Hello Giggles finds that while red can impress and make a statement at work, it very much depends on the context, audience, and message you're trying to send. So is red really a power color? Let's break it down.
all the important studies being put out by Hello Giggles.
Yeah, Hello
Giggles
Giggles.
is on it.
Giggles.
All the best
Queen.
scientists work at Hello Giggles.
As you saw, Hillary Clinton in her famous red.
Brit's wearing red
pantsuit.
today.
I
Do you feel
really
ferociously powerful
like
right now?
powerful with an edge of like sexy?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like you might beat me at some point.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, watch out.
I opted out of the red lipstick because I felt like that would push me over the edge. This is like tame red.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but
More
red
like
lip,
a-
I don't know. But as a Swiftie, I can
Right.
say that like Taylor has really empowered me to go for it with the red
Every
lip.
time you bring up
Her
Taylor.
album was called Red.
I actually can't
Did
listen
she
to Taylor
invent
Swift
red?
without thinking about you now. It's
I
really
can't
funny.
either.
It's
Brit
really
loves
funny.
her.
Did you guys watch the Netflix
No.
special?
No, not yet.
No.
But I know you have. I got you. You're in it. Right?
I'm like the back.
row.
I'm in the dancing line. Yeah.
Front row reaching up. I'm actually, to be honest, afraid to wear red. I never wear red. I'm not somebody who like wants my clothes to be a focal point. I'd rather sort of blend in. And so wearing red makes me feel too seen.
I think you look great in red.
I own anything red.
Yeah, I'm actually afraid of it, I think. a lot.
I
Yeah.
I wear red purely just to look sexy. I mean, clearly that's my interpretation of wearing red. But also, I learned red was a power color. Allie said one of her faces to me when she's like, "Oh, she hates me so much." I remember when I was watching Housewives back then. Bethany Frankel was like, "Wear red. That's a power color." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm learning something."
I have raised like venture capital for Brit & Co. and I like knowingly wore a red button-up shirt
Really?
going into so many of the meetings. Yeah, as a female entrepreneur, you are already like at a loss for winning over deals, and so you have to like dress more powerfully. And you know the studies also about like body posture are
Yeah.
so true. So I would like put on my red button-up and sort of like
The
stand
superhero.
like this, like Wonder Woman for like 5 minutes before I walked into the meeting. I mean, hey, I got some
And it
good
worked.
deals.
The,
Yeah.
the posturing is very helpful. Like before I do like stand up, usually like if I go on stage before I was like sitting like this, I always don't feel great about my performance. But if I like walk around and stuff and like just punch some walls before I go on, I usually perform better. But like it really does feel good to like do those like the TED Talk power, fake it till you make it.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with red, though, it's like I think Handmaid's Tale is really claiming that color, and now so I'm seeing if you do wear red, it's like, are you a handmaid?
Yeah, it's
And-
like, I'm so fertile.
Yeah, right.
Come kidnap me and make me a slave so I
Right.
can have your babies.
But maybe
No.
it's sending that weird subtle sign. Like I was reading this article and they say in nature, like animals and monkeys, like the one that's the strongest and the fittest and the most like fertile has like the reddest face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's super weird.
I don't know. I guess like I don't want people to look at me and be like, "Wow, she's so fertile." Like that's not what I'm going for in my life. So I don't need red.
Red.
That's cool. Congrats. Yeah.
I'll stand alone and rock my red
Yeah.
and be a
No,
Taylor
I-
Swift
I-
fan.
What
I don't
are
need
your
you guys. Don't
go-to
worry.
colors though? What are your go-to?
All of the colors.
Really?
Are my
Yeah, you're
colors.
pretty colorful.
I'm a colorful
Yeah.
person. I'm
I'm
like
black.
anti-you. Yeah, I'm like, oh, why are you guys wearing so much black lately?
I'm black and I'm
Yeah, I can't. I like the black, gray, blue, basically.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
pastels. I like pinks and lilacs.
That's
Yeah, you wear a lot of like purple.
Yeah,
yeah, like
I
this,
feel you.
orange.
Even in winter.
Yeah, you never know.
I know.
Never know.
What about,
About
you,
you,
Luke?
Lucas?
I would say like blue and gray are safety, but I've gotten these sweaters like maroon, green, like off-white that I'm trying to wear more and try to add more
Off-white?
color.
That's not a color.
Not after Labor Day, you're not.
I know. Well, what's that?
You
what's
can
green
now.
then?
You
Is it
can
green
now.
then?
Yeah.
I wore it with the green
But
shirt
you
the
just
other day.
can't qualify that as a color.
I guess not.
Why
I guess
not?
I guess white's not. White's the absence of color.
Black
Yeah.
and white are not color. RGB, guys.
You're right.
RGB.
Oh.
Yeah.
RGB.
Ruth Bader.
Roy G.
RB.
Biv, not
Roy G.
Art,
Biv.
not,
Ruth Bader
not
Ginsburg,
Ruth
Ruth
Bader.
Bader
What's
Ginsburg.
happening?
Red, green, blue, like the
Roy G.
Yeah.
Biv.
Those are the
Oh,
colors.
I was like,
Roy
Ruth
G.
Bader Ginsburg.
Biv, is that better?
Yeah.
Roy G.
Yeah,
Biv?
I've never heard
Not
RGB.
either. I think of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, that's.
It
I was like, yes.
we love her. She wears
Confused. I
black
had
a
no
lot.
idea what was
Black.
happening.
We were just talking about colors, and now we're like, where are we? Can someone help us?
You know what's a weird thing, and then I won't do this rant, is like if you say a color or like the word yellow over and over again, after like a minute or so, you like are like, why is it like you're like yellow, 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 yellow? Do You know what I'm saying?
No.
I do. It's like when you look at a word too long and then it doesn't look like a word anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the word island, all of a sudden all you see is island, and you're like, is that a word? What is this?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
you're with
What is
me.
happening? Did you guys read?
Yeah.
It's just reading.
Whatever. From red to black, the internet is abuzz with new images of the upcoming Men in Black International. The flick, which is set to hit theaters June 2019, will reboot the popular franchise starring Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones with actor Chris Hemsworth in the lead. And for the first time, a woman in black. Tessa Thompson. Take a look.
If we could all just look right here.
Just try. It's gonna be fun. We'll have fun with it.
There should be a big red button around here somewhere.
Found it. How come
Every time you come around.
my London.
Like, I'm glad, Fergie, after that national anthem performance, aren't we just happy she at least has London Bridge that keeps her going? Like, congrats, Fergie. Congrats.
Oh, and glamorous.
Shade from the man in red.
Whoa, he's
I like
powerful.
Fergie. That song is a
Yeah.
perfect sound. I don't know why it's a soundtrack to the trailer, but I guess we don't have to know.
Remember when Fergie was like, I did so much acid that I would like sit in my car and I would tell myself that the FBI were outside my car, and I remember being like, if I leave my car and the FBI aren't there, I need to check into a facility.
Maybe that's where it
and
comes
she
from.
left her car and no one was there, and she was like, I'm sick.
Like the Men in Black are right by her car. Maybe that's where it all came from.
I like that you know that story.
Oh, Fergie Ferg,
Oh,
man.
Fergie.
I love it. I love Tessa Thompson. I love Chris Hemsworth. This is a power duo.
Absolutely.
They're both so hot.
Well, do you remember their
What a great
chemistry
pair.
in Thor?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were in Thor together, and their chemistry was so fun and actually playful and sexy. It kind of like hit all the markers for me. So this casting for me is a no-brainer. I feel like this movie's gonna make a ton of money.
It's good. It's like about time also we had a gender flip for this film, so like I'm so excited to see that too.
Why?
Half a gender
The
flip.
title, though,
Oh, but
That-
yeah, it's okay.
People
though.
in Black.
Oh, it doesn't bother me that
Persons
it's Men
in
in Black.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Women.
They-
They still call, we're
parentheses
still
in
called
black.
mankind. Like, we just live in a patriarchal society.
Yeah.
We embrace
Yeah.
it. Like this.
I'm still getting what I want from this film,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
And also,
Yeah.
look, they're using MIB, so it's one of those things
Right.
where it's Men in Black,
Right.
but they're gonna go for the acronym just to make it like less.
You guys
Yeah.
seen the originals, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
the only one I can remember though is the second one when Michael Jackson made that cameo, and like I love Michael, but ooh, Agent M. You guys remember that? He's like on screen. Oh, I remember
It wasn't.
that.
Was that
Maybe
really
he
him?
just blended in with
It-
all the other aliens.
It was him.
I
and it was,
literally thought it was like somebody pretending to be Michael Jackson.
No, that's Michael Jackson who's trying to be a movie star, and you're like, Michael, sweetie.
Stick with music.
No,
I still-
you're the king of pop, not movies.
I still quote the first one pretty often with Edgar. He's like, I want some sugar water.
What was that alien with the? I remember there's an alien who had like,
Nobody's getting my references.
No, I get it.
Come on, in living color.
I was like, Edgar? It was like he was wearing an Edgar suit.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
I could
anything.
rap the whole song, though. So
Oh, yeah.
that's my talent.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a good
Wow,
talent.
no one
You know
asked
the
her to
good
do
boy
it.
tattoo. Remember that?
Do
In
it.
case we have a face-to-face and make contact.
Oh, you gonna keep going?
I could keep going, but we had like time.
I wonder though, I didn't even look this up if Will Smith is involved at all. Like, is he a producer on this? I'm interested to look at like the IMDb for this one.
Does he get a royalty? If
Yeah,
you're
I don't even know if he.
If you're
Probably
like
not,
the
'cause he
original.
didn't write or.
Yeah, he didn't write it.
I think
Right,
he was a
the
relatively new movie star with it, but maybe by the sequel I'm assuming probably.
I would
had
love a
producing
cameo
credit.
though.
Of Will Smith.
That'd
I
be
would
fun.
love a cameo from him and Tommy Lee Jones. Even though Tommy
Right.
Lee Jones, I guess, is living like a civilian life now
Right.
because of the last ones. If you guys.
Isn't he like 80? Well, speak.
do it. What
I got
happened to
it.
him?
I got it.
So this is following the trend of reboots that we've been having, from the Oceans franchise to like Will and Grace, but also Leslie Jones just did it. Is getting in a fight with people on Twitter about
Yeah,
Ghostbusters because
Jason Reitman.
so they remade Ghostbusters, as we all know, with all female cast. It did not do very well, and she responded because they're gonna follow the original films, just like pretend the all female cast doesn't exist, which. Yeah.
That's a tough one because that movie was not good.
Tough one because the movie
You didn't
was.
like
And I don't think it was not good because they were women.
So
I
they're
think the
just gonna
script
skip,
was.
skip over it. And
Like it didn't happen, and carry on the story from the original film.
I think we're all gonna pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think that movie was that
joking.
bad.
I'm joking.
I thought
didn't
it
think
was
that
fun and
bad either.
entertaining.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you guys all watch it?
I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't
Well,
like
is it their responsibility to like? Does it disrupt the timeline if they don't pick up from? Like,
Honestly, I'm not a Ghostbuster aficionado,
Yeah.
surprisingly, so I do not know about what
I don't know.
timeline
That
exists.
seems tricky though. Seems tricky.
I think they can just pretend it didn't happen.
Right. Well, it's just a bummer because like it's such high hopes, and it was originally just panned because of just pure misogyny, which was terrible. But then the movie came out, and it was like critics were like, "Oh, like it's not that great." So like I think that's just kind of.
It was fine.
But I love the cast.
Why
I love
can't-
everyone in that movie.
Right.
Seriously, such a great cast.
Why can't the Ghostbusters be a male-female
They should.
combo
They should.
team? Like, why does it have to be all male or all female?
You're right.
Like,
Yeah.
why can't it just be a team of Ghostbusters?
Men in Black may be the new
Yeah,
trend of
the
just
new standard.
Wait, is the
diversity
new
and mixing it
Ghostbusters
up.
gonna be like both
I think
men
it's
and women?
well. I think it's continuing the original movies, which is all men.
Yeah.
So I think it's following
Yeah.
those.
I think they could
storylines.
throw some women in there
They
and then
should.
problem solved.
Exactly.
Why not? Well, moving on, documentaries on the Fire Festival, aka The Greatest Party That Never Happened, were recently released on Hulu and Netflix, and viewers have definitely felt so moved. So much that they even started a GoFundMe for a restaurant owner who had lost her life savings due to the disastrous incident, which has now reached over $100,000. Did you guys watch these documentaries?
I watched both.
Did you watch both? Okay.
I watched both, and you definitely feel like the biggest victims from all of this were all of the workers in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So I'm
The
very
locals.
happy to hear that.
locals.
Specifically the
Big
locals.
Zumas.
I'm happy to hear that this woman who wasn't getting paid, so she paid her own money out to her employees, is now going
Well,
to get money.
it's-
Although I wish the person who was doing the paying was Billy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you want him to have to pay for it.
Or Ja
It's
Rule.
so nice that people raise
Or
money.
fucking
Ja
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 Rule.
Rule is just skating through all of this like, it wasn't me.
Who apologized on Twitter. Meanwhile,
that
in
sounded
the
like Ja
film,
Rule.
they're like, after the whole debacle, which is why she didn't get paid, because they just like leave the island and leave these people there to just be like, sorry. They're having a video conference, and Ja Rule's like, we can bounce back from this.
I know.
We can get like, Ja Rule, what did you see what happened, Ja Rule? Where have you been, Ja Rule? We get it, you know, make a lot of music, but where have you been, Ja Rule? This movie, I remember when this happened, I was one of the people, when that sandwich picture came out, I was dying.
Dying.
These rich, privileged people going to this music festival, I was laughing my head off. And of course there are funny parts of the film, like when they show up and see the tents, they're like, no, they're like,
The
what are we-
FEMA tents?
Oh my God,
it's like-
these rich kids are like, no, I can't live in a tent. And then it's like literally Lord of the Flies, like barbaric. They're like, what? That guy, sorry, I'm doing this.
I love when you get like
He
this.
starts hoarding the mattresses and peeing on other tents. What?
Wait, that guy was a douche.
Douche?
Yes.
That's like,
Wait,
this
what
showed
about-
human character to its core, this documentary.
Yes.
How in the end, people will just flat out pee on you in order to like.
Within a couple of hours.
Yes, hours.
It's not even like it was days.
It was like the
It was
sunset.
like
Wow,
4
that's pretty.
hours.
5 minutes later, it's dark out. Oh my God, we're gonna die. Pee on his mattress. You steal her water.
Knock down
like,
that tent.
Calm down, dial it down. Like
I
what?
know.
What about the guy who worked for Billy, who said that he was willing to give a guy head in order
Yeah.
to let that water pass through customs?
Honestly, it's a great ad for Evian. They should just do Worth BJ. Evian water, drink it. I mean, that was unreal.
Why was he doing that? Like, why was he that loyal to Billy that he'd be
Yeah.
willing to do that?
And why did he use mouthwash before the blowjob?
Yeah,
that's what I really don't understand. Like, I would never be like, oh, I'm gonna put a dick in my mouth. Let me put mouthwash in
Right.
now.
'Cause the dick
I would
won't
do it
know.
after. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
a
Maybe
dick is like,
it's like extra
fresh.
tingly.
Yeah,
I think
that's
you'd
true.
want it
An extra
afterwards.
sensation.
Extra sensation tingly.
That
That
is
was,
something.
yeah, the hardest part of
You
this
should try it
documentary
and
to take
report
was
back.
like mouthwash before the BJ.
I agree.
Watching
odd.
this documentary, though, made me think of Banksy. So if you guys aren't familiar, people paid up to $200,000 to go to this festival. And for me, it seemed like some weird like art of like showing how susceptible people are and how much they'll spend just to be part of something.
Wow,
I would not be surprised if in 6 months Banksy was like, I did it.
Yeah.
I swear.
Well-
because
That
it's
is
so
interesting.
embarrassing.
Did you come up with that?
It's like a
I did because I watched Exit Through I did. I watched Exit Through the Gift Shop, and it was like about art and how people will just like spend all this money on art when you tell them it's important. And I feel like that's what happened with this festival.
Right, because the whole like impetus behind everyone wanting to go to this festival was just a bunch of supermodels posting an orange tile.
Right, exactly. But if Banksy came out like, Banksy, go throw yourself down a flight of stairs, paying Kendall Jenner $250,000 to post a picture so you could just prank some people, no way.
I'm just
this
saying,
was effed up.
This
was
feels like
horrible.
Weird performance art, but
Well, what
sadly,
about him
it's just
selling a painting
millennials.
for
I don't know.
$2 million?
It's like a culture statement.
Yeah, but no one got
right?
hurt. No one was.
totally.
These locals were not paid, like struggling. This poor woman paid a life saving.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Banksy.
Yeah, good. I'm really bad at Banksy.
Maybe it was.
Come at me, Banksy.
A theory.
No, this Billy guy is a sociopath. That's like, it's like almost watching The Jinx. Remember The Jinx?
Yes.
Robert Durst. It was like watching that. This guy is such a pathological liar, sociopath who just will do anything, lie, and just bullshit his way through anything to make his business happen, which is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a commentary on the day that we live in. The fact that this whole thing lived and then died on social media from beginning to end, that's how it all happened. It's just fascinating, like on a societal level.
Right.
That's why I'm like, it has to be something, it feels like performance art, but I think
Yeah,
that's just where we're
and
at.
they show that
Yeah.
intro video, so much of the models like galloping through the beach and like they're on the yachts, and like, wow, this is the best thing ever. And then they end up there literally on a beach a mile away from sandals.
You know what?
You're like, what?
One part that I found to be particularly interesting was how models like Bella Hadid afterwards had to come out and apologize because their fans felt like they were being deceived by the influencers who were paid to promote it. However, I think there really is a distinction to be made about whether or not an influencer is then actually responsible for the final product, because lots of people can be paid to promote something. If I pay you to promote like a sports game and the sports game gets rained out, it's obviously not what happened. It's like, is it then your responsibility? Like, who does that fall on?
I do think on some level it is your responsibility. I don't know, to know what you're promoting and knowing that a lot of your fans are impressionable, maybe younger, especially with these models. It's just like having some moral.
Well, and that's what the actress from The Good Place criticizing influencers doing that diet tea.
Yeah.
Like, this is really unhealthy for you. So it's kind of similar to that. It's like you should know somewhat.
Jamila Jamil, yeah.
You should at least know that a big thing that came up in the lawsuit with, I think, Bella Hadid was that you need to have the hashtag ad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Because a lot of those models
Exactly.
weren't hashtagging ad, and they were just hashtagging the
Like, I'm going to this
Fire
with friends,
Festival, and then that.
I do think it's misleading, I think you have to take some responsibility. That's why I think she apologized, because she recognized, like, I made a misstep, and I think that's fair to be like, my bad, I'll do better next time.
Also,
I don't need them to be punished in any way. I just think
music festivals are so expensive. Like, that's another commentary from it. Like, when making, like, I've been to Coachella once, and I really just sat around and ate a lot. So that was kind of what I did there. But it's, it's true. These festivals cost so much money that it's such a weird, also another weird business that people are obsessed with, and what the lengths people will go at to appear cool, to pay all this money, to, like, it was crazy watching it.
Yeah, it's definitely a departure from like Woodstock and all of those things that like, that was like the first idea of a music festival, which was just like, you go, you don't bring anything, you camp.
Right.
Have you guys been to Burning Man?
No.
Not my scene.
God, not your scene. Not my scene either.
Yo, you want me to be out in the desert for 7 days?
I mean, it's like fire,
bartering
but
for
like
water?
real life in the desert. Yeah. People pee on mattresses there too.
Oh,
yeah. And people are like having sex all over the place, and like doing all these drugs and stuff.
I'm not like a burner, but I went for 2 days because I feel like it's something about like our generation's Woodstock that I'm gonna need to tell my children about, and I wanted to actually see it and experience it. I'm good now. I don't need to go back.
Did you sleep there?
Yeah, for 2 days.
Okay.
Wow.
Except for, I was so scared. I went to bed at like midnight, and everyone, you're supposed to stay out till sunrise.
Yeah, all the cool stuff happens at like 6 a.m.
I know, but I was like, everyone's on acid.
Yeah, I get
So
yeah,
I
sounds horrible.
went to bed.
Wait, were you sober while you were at really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's more terrifying. Like I
just
feel
felt
like
like I
acid
needed
would
to,
be,
like,
less scary
feel
than being
it.
sober there.
I needed to like feel it out first, and then
Yeah, something tells me you're not like a good burner.
I'm not like a real acid person.
I feel like
You were just like
festivals
doing
have to be
DIYs
under-
at Burning
You
Man?
have to be under the influence of
I mean,
something.
I did
go-
love the costumes and the art,
Yeah.
I have to say. The creativity, I did need to go for that. I felt like I needed to like represent the artists that go to Burning Man and all the costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's very Brit & Co. But The rest of it wasn't really my style.
Fair. I go to Afropunk every year, and that's my kind of festival. Like, tickets are like $100. You go stand around. People are like smoking weed at worst. Like, there's no acid. I mean, it's not prevalent. And the music is all really chill, and it's all about inclusion, and everybody's welcome. Like, that's my kind of festival.
Jazz Fest in New Orleans.
Oh, I've gone to that.
Really fun, and a definitely controlled, fun music festivals. Like everything from gospel music to rock music to rap. I saw in one day a gospel choir, which brought me to tears. LL Cool J, and then Aerosmith. I was like, God, these grandpas can rock. And I was like, this is an awesome music festival.
Yeah.
And also great food.
But you don't like sleep there. You know?
No, you do not sleep there.
That's why I that's fun. You take the cab, then you go back to the Hilton. Like, I can do that too. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's nice.
Minimal commitment. Yeah.
We should all go to a festival this year
I'll
together.
go to Burning Man.
Let's all go to Burning Man. Let's do it.
Burning Man.
We'll all go to Burning Man and do acid.
I'll be in bed by midnight. You guys have fun.
Well, guys, that's all from us today. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same table.